What's going on Instagram? Letting y'all come on in here. Hold on. Y'all pop on in here. What's up, DJ? What's up, Jewelry? Out here in New York still. Shout out to my New Yorkers. Where's some good soul food spots in Manhattan or Harlem? There's one that I went to some years ago. I can't remember where it is. All my New York people. Where's good? Not Sylvia. No disrespect to Sylvia's. The service is just, shout out to Sylvia's. But what good soul food spot is in Harlem or Manhattan? All my New Yorkers. What are the good soul food spots? Shout out to Court. What's up, New Money? With my New Yorkers, what's the soul food spots? They got good soul food in Harlem or Manhattan. Melba's and Amy Ruth's. That's the name. I've been there before. Amy Ruth's. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, 116th and
Yes, Amy Ruth's. Yes, indeed. But let me show y'all who I'm here with, ladies and gentlemen. Let me show y'all who I'm here with. This brother right here, Brother James Small.
So I'll tell them that Amy Ruth is on 116th Street and Lenox Avenue.
Yes, indeed.
Right across from Moss number, plus the Malcolm Shabazz Moss.
Yes, indeed. We just got through filming Brother Smalls for the new documentary film, American Maroon. This brother always brings the heat. Y'all know how this brother gets down. Y'all know how he does. But what's going on today, a lot of people are talking about the situation with them letting out those people who were accused of killing Malcolm X. We know that you were close to the family and you were kind of close to that situation. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on them exonerating those people who were accused of killing Malcolm X?
Yeah, the two men that was exonerated was innocent from the beginning, and everybody knew it. They were set up as a part of the cover-up of who killed Malcolm. Malcolm was killed under the orders of J. Edgar Hoover, the head of the FBI, and that was collaborated with the CIA. They were afraid he was going to speak in 3 weeks before the United Nations. America was engaged in the Cold War with Russia and China. Most African and Latino and Asian countries in the 60s were just getting their independence. America was trying to pull them in their camp. Russia was trying to pull them in their camp. And Malcolm got right in the middle of that shit and was telling the truth. And they said, we can't let this Negro come before the United Nations and make no speech. And I think it was Tanzania that was going to give him their space, along with Guyana. And Mr. Cummings was going to give him some of the Guyanese space so he could make his indictment of America. And they had to kill him before that could happen.
Didn't one of the accusers die in prison?
No, he didn't die in prison.
Oh.
The main shotgun, the one who shot the shotgun, he was let out of prison about 5 years ago.
Oh, that's right.
So one of the real killers is out of prison. He's paroled out.
Oh, wow.
But he disappeared in Mars somewhere. And there was another man in Jersey who died. He wasn't in prison when he died, who they said was one of the killers. And he might have been. That was if you know anything about how these things go down, if you look at the picture of Malcolm laying on the stage, there's a guy sitting there with a receding hairline. That's the feds. The other side of him, the other guy, that's NYPD.
Yeah.
He's laying on the floor, and at least 3 people around him is the cops.
Eugene Roberts.
Be there.
Yeah, Eugene
Roberts.
Roberts.
You know Roberts, but you don't know Richard Jones, who became Hassan. He's the one in the 3-piece suit walking the stretcher across the street. And there are others. There's somebody taking something out of Malcolm's pocket. The guy with the trench coat on.
Yeah.
So this was an assassination from the highest level of the American government, with collaboration from some ignorant, corrupt people in the top of the Nation of Islam. They can't be, what do you call that? They can't be, what's that word? Vindicated until they tell the truth of their role. Some of them are dead now, most of them are. But this wasn't their role is different from the white man used black people as he always do to kill black people. Don't take much to do that.
Speaking of them assassinating people, we always hear about how Dr. King was really killed. They said that he didn't die on that balcony.
No, they said the cracker killed him in the hospital.
Right. He got smothered with a pillow.
Smothered him to death. But see, but he was set up by collaborators. We found out that his photography was a collaborator.
Yep.
Jesse Jackson was probably a collaborator. And I'm sure there were others who were collaborators. Because Dr. King wasn't registered to stay at the Lorraine Motel. He was downtown at the Hilton. They goaded him into going to the Lorraine, where the hit was set up. Okay. And there was a tree under that balcony 2 weeks before when he was there. That tree was cut down when he came back. We sent people down there the day after from OAU. And the West Coast and East Coast, do our own investigation. There was a lot of collaborators and traders in Dr. King's own organization. One of the men they went after and tried to defame, Ralph Abernathy, was not a trader. He loved Dr. King. That was Dr. King's brother. They killed Dr. King's other brother. They found him drowned
in the
pool. They killed his mama. Those were all hits.
Yes, they were. Yeah.
Those were assassinations. And that's the U.S. government we are fighting against.
Yes.
But the government can't get close to us unless they can get collaborators in your midst, man. Traders to say, he coming out this door, he's eating this food, or he's in this place.
There was a rapper who was just killed out in Memphis. A young dude named Young Dolph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a chance to really check it.
Right. And how do you feel about so many of our young, talented people when they go back to their neighborhoods? Our brother Nipsey, a couple of other people, right in their own neighborhoods, they're getting touched by folks within the neighborhood.
Well, those folks, who does those folks work for?
Yeah.
Like the day before Tupac got killed, I knew Tupac's mom, I knew his dad. We were all in the party. I was OAAU, that's Malcolm's organization. I was the liaison between the Black Panther Party. And anyone could say, I'm the only one that could walk in the party arm. No one took my arms. Okay. Zayd Shakur, that's Assada's husband, was the head of the Bronx chapter of the party. His brother Lumumba Shakur was the head of the Harlem chapter of the party. Both Lumumba and Zayd was in Malcolm OAAU before they went to the party. Matter of fact, Zayd and Lumumba and Afeni got married in Malcolm X's sister Ella's bedroom. Me and my wife Carol got married in that same bedroom a year later. That's how close we all were. So Tupac called the day before, and because he was close with some of my children, and I was given the phone because he wanted to talk to me about something, which he was going to talk about when he got here. But he was telling me that the fight they were saying in the newspaper between him and Biggie wasn't real. He said, they're playing us. He said, me and Biggie, we working together. He said, but we need to talk to you. And I said, what do y'all need to talk about? I said, well, we time to take over the distribution of rap music. And I said to Tupac, I said, you're going up against the Jewish and the Italian mafia. He said, yeah. I said, well, you and Biggie can't do this together. Y'all got to organize. He said, we're organizing other people, but we just need to talk to some helpers. Of course, he was killed less than 48 hours later. But they were serious. They wanted to take control of distribution. If you know anything about the record industry, the money is in controlling distribution.
Yeah.
And Pac and them realized that, and they started moving on it. And the enemy started moving against it, setting up their murder, in advance.
Did you guys see during the time of dealing with the Black Panthers and the OAU and all of those organizations, did you guys interact with the Black Guerrilla family at any time? George Jackson.
All of these are our peoples.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something I still can't say today.
Of course.
George was an angel.
Yeah.
That's an angel that they murdered. I was always angry with Angela Davis because I felt she precipitated that.
I've heard a lot of people say that.
And people said, no, well, you were set up to be the leader. They knew you were a Marxist and a communist. They knew when you went to the college that you would get kicked out when they realized you were a Marxist, and that launched you into the leadership. You were involved with Jonathan, that's George's younger brother, who got killed at the courtroom there. There's some things, people who, I'm a military person. I've been a military person all my life. You know what's militarily possible and what militarily not possible. And sometimes people set up our soldiers to be killed.
Yeah.
A lot of that was happening to brothers in the 60s because there were these ideologues, especially the Marxist ideologues, that needed their cause to be a celeb. And so they would let out angels get killed and slaughtered so they can have somebody to rally around.
Mm-hmm. Which is what they do now with these people with the Black Lives Matter and all these folks.
Yeah.
They do the same thing.
And so
Yeah.
I remember in 1970, I got arrested in LA. And so you can know where I got arrested. 77 Precinct, Orange County. You want to
Oh,
go
damn.
there? Okay.
Yeah.
Not beating the shit out of me. That was the craziest crack I've ever met in my life. I'm telling you, man. Like they said, I said, what are you charging me with? He goes back in the room and come up with a big box full of these big, colorful balloons. It was $1 million worth of heroin. The nigga, ain't this your dope? I was like, are you crazy? Then he goes back in the box. He takes out 245 pistols. He said, yeah, and these are the pistols you stole in a raid on a burglary in the Oakland Armory 2 months ago.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And that's what I was charged with.
Wow. Somebody, they saying the reception is bad. All right, hold on. Hold on. Is the reception bad? Some of y'all saying y'all can't hear the connection.